Trae Young's shimmy three-pointer, right? He does the shimmy. He hits the three. They're up 8. It's looking like they're going to win this thing. And then I feel like Trae got too cute. He was feeling himself at that point. And he missed his next 5 shots. He committed 2 turnovers over the next few minutes in both the third and fourth quarter. And I feel like he lost focus. And then Milwaukee got back in the game and actually took control of the game. And then he righted himself down the stretch and returned to what he had been doing before the shimmy. And that's when they took control of this game. Look, Trae Young has more confidence, more swag. To use Skip's term, he has more of a clutch gene than anybody else in this series. And John Collins has a similar makeup. Not Trae Young, but that dude is steely himself. So Atlanta took this game because that's what guys with that type of makeup do. They take it. So I give all the credit to the Hawks.
I agree with you. The Hawks won it because at the end of the day, you still have to execute. Skip, we've said this, Chris. You know we've said this a lot. That game was right there for the taking for such and such a team. And they just didn't do it. Well, the Bucks left the door open, and the Hawks said, well, we don't mind if we do. They scored on 8 of their last 9 possessions. And you mentioned it, Chris. They got 4 offensive rebounds. Well, if you go rebound and get shot after shot, opportunity after opportunity, you're going to win the ball game. John Collins outplayed Chris Middleton.
He did.
That cannot happen. Okay, if you want to say Giannis did his thing, 34, 12, and 9, almost a triple-double. He was the only starter with a positive plus-minus rating. So he did what he did. Okay, you say him and Trae canceled each other out. Well, I got Holiday and I got Middleton. I would like to think that I got of the top 5 players, I got 3 of them. Chris, I like to think the Bucks got to say, okay, of the top 5 players that's on the court, especially the starters, I got 3 of them. Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis. Okay, you want to say John Collins and Trae? Okay, but I got 3. This can't happen. But the Hawks, and as you said, Trae Young has so much confidence. He's like, I can get whatever I want. I'm surprised how he had his way with Holiday, one of the premier on-ball defenders in all of basketball. He was first team all defense. And Trae Young made him look like an average guy. He made whomever had it, he made them look average. And then he started playing with confidence. Chris, you and I was talking about this out of the break. He threw the ball off the backboard. I thought he just threw it too hard. I didn't even see John Collins until it was too late. And I think Brook Lopez realized it was too late because he got dunked on. So I'm like, bruh, y'all do realize this is the Eastern Conference Final. But Skip, before I turn over to you, I'm watching the game, and I'm saying to myself, do the Bucks realize this series, if they win, they go to the NBA Finals?
Maybe they realize that too much. Go ahead.
I think they realized that too late. Skip, they just got there just shooting the ball, turning the ball over willy-nilly. I'm like, you do realize what's at stake in this ball game, right, Bucks?
Yep.
They got their hands full. Because the one thing that you don't want to have happen, when I believe they're the superior team, I could be wrong, but I think not superior, but I think they're the better team. When you're the better team and you allow a team that you're better than to hang around, or you let them steal a game in a series, you got your hands full for the rest of the series. Because now Nate McMillan's in the locker room telling them, guys, we just beat that team. We can beat them again.
Absolutely.
And we can beat them again.
Absolutely.
The Bucks got your hands. You got your hands full now, Buck.
So now it is my turn, me being the only member of this 3-man panel that actually picked the Atlanta Hawks to win this series in 6 games. Silly me. Who knew? This man is from Atlanta, lives in Atlanta, and betrayed his poor little Atlanta Hawks, sold them out by picking Giannis and the Bucks to win the Eastern Conference Finals. But I won't dwell on that. I'll get back to Jenny's question. You can certainly make the case that Milwaukee being 8-point favorites at home last night, 8-point favorites, prohibitive favorites to win this series, that because they shot 8 of 36 from 3, that's 22%, that they just flat out blew this game. They gave this game away. And your other all-star, Chris Middleton, goes 0 for 9 from 3. I'm sure Bucks fans watching right now are making a screaming case that our team just blew this game.
Right.
Atlanta didn't win it. We just gave it to them because we could not make a shot when we needed to make a shot. And obviously the game virtually ended with Connaughton, who made 3 huge threes at Brooklyn the other night in Game 7, shooting an air ball, if we could quickly see that missed by about 3 feet left.
Yeah.
And that was to give them the lead.
Wide open.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know why Middleton just didn't lay the ball up. He got Solomon Hill on his back. Just lay it up.
I don't know, but that.
Look at this. This is a Terrence Mack. Just lay the ball up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's Trae Young making a run at Connaughton, who's like 6'5", so I don't think Trae Young bothered him very much. So the point is, when Chris Middleton goes 0 for 9 and Connaughton can't buy one and you shoot 22%, yeah, you blew it. But now back to Chris's point and case. So he's talking about how Trae Young has the clutch gene, and I don't disagree with that, except if you step back from his fourth quarter numbers, Chris, Trae Young went 1 of 7 in the fourth quarter and 0 for 4 from 3. But now you need to go over to the next column on your stat sheet because, to your point, he made 9 of 10 free throws. They are called free throws for a reason because they're flat out free. He cashed in on 9 of 10, but more important, he cashed in on 7 of 7 late after Milwaukee took what I thought was a commanding 7-point lead with, as Chris pointed out, with about 4 minutes left in the game. You're up 7 at home. You give up an 18-8 run featuring Trae Young going to the line 7 times and cashing all 7. Money, money, money. That was clutch gene. I give you that. Meanwhile, Giannis, who I do not love, I know Chris likes him. I know he's a good guy. I've certainly nothing personal with him. But Giannis just never takes the game over. Like, he never says, no, this is our house, my house, and I refuse to lose. So he had, in that last 4 minutes, as they gave up an 18-8 closing run to the Hawks, Giannis had 2 dunks. Okay, I'll give you that. And he did make those 2 late free throws. I'll give you that. But the points, the 6 that he scored, were very quiet. Trae's were loud. Trae outscored him 9-6 over that last run.
Right.
Trae's were clutch loud because that was the difference in the game. 9-6 of the 2 stars, and it was a 3-point win by the Hawks.
Well, maybe you should tell Middleton to throw the ball to Giannis instead of jacking up threes, instead of keep missing shot after shot after shot. He got outplayed by John Collins.
Does Giannis want the ball? Does Chris Middleton trust Giannis with the ball in the last 2 minutes of a game? I say no. I say no.
Well, maybe not. But, Skip, they keep, and Chris, this team, I don't know why they won't play how they are. They are a big team. They are a ginormous team. And somehow they think they're a bunch of 6'3" guards just jacking up threes.
Okay, I got it. But Atlanta weirdly plays bigger than they are. John Collins plays way bigger than 6'9".
He plays above the rim.
He does. And Capella is a really good defender. Capella did a good job on Embiid when it was time.
Yes.
I know he got annihilated in that first quarter that night when obviously Embiid went 7 of 7. But Capella plays hard, and he look what he got, 19 rebounds.
19,
and it was his putback on yet another of a Trae Young miss that gave them their first lead that they did not relinquish, right? Go ahead, Chris.
To your point about Giannis, Skip, he can't take over a game because he wants to stay on the perimeter too much. We know he can't take over a game shooting jumpers, and they're not going to let you just drive at will late. But he could close. He could take over a game, and this is on Budenholzer.
Yep.
Put him on the post. I don't mean make him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We don't want him down there 40 minutes a night. But when you need a bucket, put him on the post. We saw what he did to Kevin Durant at the end of overtime in Game 7. He faced him up, then backed him down, and went to a jump hook. Who in the league, including Embiid, could stop a Giannis jump hook? But Giannis likes to spin toward the baseline and fade away, shoot a jumper. Last night, I think it was in the first half, he had Trae Young on him. And he was in the middle of the paint, and he kind of was backing him down, and he shoots a fadeaway, and he missed from like 8-10 feet over Trae Young. And so Giannis, he could close if at crunch time he would go to the block and use the jump hook. But he wants to be too finesse. He wants to shoot jumpers or play on the perimeter, and he can't close that way. That's one of the key missing things for the Bucks. And again, that's on Budenholzer and that staff to make Giannis understand we need you down here in these moments.
Because they put him at the 5. If you look at the fourth quarter, they played him at the 5. Lopez only played 12 seconds, and that was to come in on the free throw line when they thought he might miss the free throws. So they put him at the 5. They played him where you wanted him to be.